am very shocked in the fact that this is actually working on Google Hangouts this week. Because last week we were trying to do this, and it wasn't working at all. Hello, everyone, and welcome to... I don't even care what episode it is anymore. Welcome to the podcast. It's Travis, and Alex is here too. Everyone else is too, angry or sick to be here. Mel and Katie are angry at Disney. We'll talk about that later. Personally, I'm angry at Disney. I really don't want to talk about them, but we'll get to it. Will's sick. I just downloaded a Yule log on my freaking computer, and yeah, that's been my day. How's your day been?
Hello there, and yes, it's I'm trying to get ready because I have to do a performance on Tuesday evening, and I'm terrified and I'm excited. But hello everyone, my name is Alex, and I am officially part of the TheCoasterCasters crew. If you remember from the old days, I was actually part of the old episodes, and I'm glad to be back on.
Yep. What in the world was that?
I don't know.
But I have no idea.
Just don't jinx yourself. I did that one time when I was doing an episode of Horror Nights Talk, and that screwed up the entire night.
Yeah, I don't like jinxing myself. So moving on to our first item of business tonight. Just a little bit of a channel update real quick. I am uploading this channel's first Let's Play, not the other channel. It's all going to be on this channel now. So it's going to have everything: gaming, wrestling, this podcast, possible other podcasts that might happen, who knows. But all of that's being uploaded and all that stuff that I've been doing the past week and a half. I've just been so lazy. But one of them has 4 minutes remaining, YouTube says, and then it has to process, and then the episode Will and I did on my birthday on Tuesday, talking about some Nintendo stuff, Moana and Kentucky Kingdom's announcement, is going to go up tonight too. But we had to use GarageBand on that because Google Hangouts wasn't working, and that's why I said what I said at the beginning. But moving on from that, just want to talk about some things that happened in the news recently. There was a fire. I'm so late on this news. Everyone knows about this. In Gatlinburg in the Pigeon Forge area, and some of the things that were affected were 1 second. Yeah. There was a lot that was affected. It looks like the new, beautiful over Gatlinburg was destroyed, as well as Hillbilly Golf and Mystery Mansion, and but everyone was there were conflicting reports coming out of everything. Everyone said, "Oh, Gatlinburg's destroyed," and everyone's like, "No, it's not. We're still here." But some of the things weren't turned to ash as they were they were said. Some of them were just minorly destroyed, not majorly destroyed. But it looks like what people are saying, and I had a friend that was down there during the time of the fire. He went out the next morning and said it looked like it was fine. And I'm like, wait, what? There was a fire there 10 minutes or 10 hours ago. He's like, doesn't seem like it. I smell it, but doesn't seem like it. Dollywood was unharmed, so was the resort, even though people said that the resort was on fire. It wasn't.
There was a resort around Gatlinburg that did get destroyed during the fire, but it's not the Dollywoods.
Yeah. And then I'm going on to Twitter right now for something that really the only reason why I brought up the whole Gatlinburg thing, if it'll even load up. Holy crap, that took forever.
As a little heads up, the Mystery Mansion is reportedly fine, but the Skyway is destroyed as far as I remember.
Yeah, the Skyway is destroyed. Wow. Sorry, I saw something that caught my attention on my Twitter. I'm like, wait, what?
Everything does that.
Yes, everything does that. So Dolly Parton went to Twitter and started up kind of a GoFundMe, and it's to raise money for the people that were affected by the fires in Gatlinburg, because you all know Dolly's from Great Smoky Mountains and Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and all that stuff. So let me see. Reading a little bit more about it real quick. You can go to dollywoodfoundation.org and you can donate as much as you want. I think you can donate like $1. Let me see. $1. Yeah, you can donate $1. It allows you. Yeah, you can donate it through PayPal or however you need to get your donation there if you want. I don't have the money to, or I would. But yeah, sad to see something like that happen.
It's a very tragic incident, and I'm more worried about the safety of those that were around the vicinity of the fire more than tourism. That being said, I am really hoping that whatever areas did get hit by the fire, it's not as bad, and that hopefully things can go back where it was, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few months.
Yeah. All right, moving on from that, we do have some news out of Holiday World. They released a mannequin challenge video, and it was really funny. And they announced their new 2017 attraction called Firecracker. And according to the press release, it will be a fully restored Calypso ride, one of the smaller ones in the park, or one of the smaller ones still working in the world. It's going to have a patriotic theme, and it's going to be across from the Liberty Launch Tower in 4th of July, or in 4th of July land, which I've never been to Holiday World. I hope to go there someday because it's really close to me.
Holiday World looks like a really fun park. As for the Calypso, it's nice to see an old vintage flat ride like a Calypso actually finally come back into modern day media, because those could actually be really fun.
Yeah. So I very much enjoyed watching the video. It was funny. I wish what Kentucky Kingdom did was a little bit along the lines of that, but still, their announcement makes me really, really happy. It brings a new attraction to the park. Don't know where it's going yet, but Kentucky Kingdom announced that they will be getting an attraction of the Larson Loop, and it's probably already installed, knowing the park. So, what do you think about that?
There's so many jokes I can make at the Larson Loop, it's not even funny. And to just go in my quick thoughts, if they count this as a coaster, that's pathetic and shouldn't be counted as that, because I know
they're not counting it as a coaster.
Thank Christ, because that's very annoying.
Yeah,
It's
they're not. They still say they have 5.
yeah. It's sincerely, I don't get why those things work. Is it like I just don't understand. I simply don't understand.
I'm happy.
Because you're gaining attraction.
Sure. Let's go with that. Moving on. Alex, you have some foreign park news for us?
Yes, and the first one's actually a big one. On November 15th, it was announced in Madrid and San Monica, California, that Parks Reunidos, I probably butchered that,
Probably.
one of the leading operators of theme parks in the world, will be tagging along with Lionsgate, the company involved with IP such as The Hunger Games, Saw, Now You See Me, Orange is the New Black, and Nashville for brand new theme park editions. There's been no mentioning on where exactly it's going to be, but the Parks Reunidos franchise is actually every Wally in the world, and there are even some locations of that corporation in the United States within certain theme parks, like Lake Compounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
What do you think about like Lionsgate going for someone like Parks Reunidos?
I just want to see something Hunger Games in a theme park. Whether it's like a VR experience where you are in the Hunger Games or something like that, I don't know. But I think any Lionsgate property that's a movie would be amazing as a theme park attraction.
You should probably look the Motion Gate Dubai for that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Motion Gate, during the time of the last episode, Motion Gate Dubai is officially soft open to the public. It's not expected to be opening until December, but due to them wanting to get some kinks out of the way, they're starting to test the park around for guest response and what they can improve by the time the park opens. And as a reminder, some of the IPs featured at Motion Gate Dubai ranges from DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragons, Shrek, Ghostbusters, The Green Hornet, Underworld, Hunger Games, and Step Up. Are you excited to see what happens for Motion Gate?
Yeah, like with the whole thing, the only thing that really intrigues me about this park is the Step Up show. Because
I'm curious about DreamWorks.
I'm curious about DreamWorks too, but I'm really curious about that Step Up show. Because yeah, we have like dance stuff in America, but I wonder like what would it be in Dubai? Like, would it be like a Bollywood type dance show, or is it like hip hop dance, let's go America, stuff like that?
I'm guessing it's going to be a mixture of hip hop, Bollywood, and a little bit of Eastern flair.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be all American in a sense.
Yeah.
What I am interested though is How to Train Your Dragon, because from what it seems like what they're using, they may be using the right technology that's actually from Arthur and the Incredibles from Europa Park in Germany. And you can see that actually in some of their behind-the-scenes photos.
Yeah.
And one final thing, as discussed with the last episode, and I'm just going to give my thoughts because have you and Will talked about it a good amount for Nintendo Universal?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it.
Do you have any other information to poise onto that?
No.
All right. But for me, as a individual that's been looking at this project heavily, I'm very excited to see what they can do. As with what they've been talking about, it seems very much like they don't want this to be like you're playing just a game.
Yeah.
You want to be inside this world. You want to be with these characters. And I have a feeling this is going to be in the right hands. Unlike a different individual. And that's really it for me.
All right. We're zooming through this, aren't we?
That's probably gonna be a quick one.
Good, because I'm probably going to talk for 30 minutes about how much I really, 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 really hate Disney right now. So
Yes.
Universal in Orlando started testing Shrek 40 the no wait option. A large sign was posted outside telling guests to use the nearby kiosk to get return time. Uh,
Or the Universal
or
app.
or digitally through the Universal app. Yeah. Either way, that's the only way you can experience the ride on that day. What?
As for right now, that is the only way, and that they're testing, so that way future attractions will be able to use the queue-less technology more carefully.
Yeah. So it's what I think they're testing for is attractions like for what they're doing for Volcano Bay. I don't think it's gonna hit to the theme parks until maybe 2020 because there's just too many people in that theme park right now. They tested it at Wet and Wild, so it wouldn't it wouldn't surprise me if they went to Volcano Bay with that technology.
I've been hearing for a good while, either from forums or from some of my own sources, that Fallon may be the first to use a queue-less type technology.
Yeah,
And
because you have all the stuff in that waiting area.
yeah, and that if possible, they may be able to use it as a full-on queue, but they want to use it as a queue-less type experience. Yes, it's going to be a reduced wait time. It's going to alleviate the amount of people within a given attraction. It's also going to allow more merchandise and drinks and food to be sold.
Yeah.
But I'm curious because this could go sideways real quick.
I could.
And that was already confirmed for Volcano Bay. And I expect Fallon and Despicable Me by the end of 2017 to have the queue-less.
Maybe.
What's next?
Moving on to Universal in Hollywood. This is your neck of the woods.
Yep.
How sad are you to see the 3D go away on Forbidden Journey?
Okay, I know that's a heavy amount of sarcasm, but here's my thing. I actually rather enjoyed the 3D for what it was. I didn't think it was perfect, and I had to take off my regular glasses to even have it done properly. But it's honestly a real shock that they would even go for that, especially considering that they changed the projectors to now be 2D 4K high dynamic range.
Yeah.
That's what surprises me more than I think of them cutting the 3D.
Yeah.
But I am curious to see why the hell they wanted to cut that.
People were complaining because of sickness.
And I could get that, but it's just surprising nevertheless.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about that?
Well, what do you think about it?
I hate 3D on that ride. It's not. You don't need it.
I can get why people will think that, but it's just like a weird experience to me where it's like, I actually don't mind it. It's not perfect, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah. So moving on from that to the three the three just worst news of the day. And I'm gonna actually stop what I was doing on my other computer to talk about this. So Disney Parks blog posted a story this morning. Yeah, this morning. That Epcot is going to be turned into the giant Death Star that people think it is at an exclusive meetup in December. The event will be held on December 5th to celebrate the December 15th release of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And unfortunately, it's already filled to capacity. The party will be held after hours at Epcot and had a limited availability, so space filled up really quickly. A few years ago, they turned the Spaceship Earth, I call it a golf ball, to Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. during a press event. So projections have been done on it before, but I don't. And I'm going to quote Mel on this. She posted it on Facebook. Let me find it real quick. You talk about your thoughts.
There's nothing more ironic about this damn thing than anything else in this entire episode. I mean, sincerely, whoever would have not thought about this? It's sincere. Yeah. Like, how would you think of this? And why would it be a good idea?
Yeah.
Like, it's so moronic and so ironic. It's weird. Not in a good way.
So, Mel posted on Facebook, and she said she doesn't care how temporary it is. I'm speaking for Mel right now because she's really, really upset. That's why she's not here. She said, I don't care how temporary it is. Turning Spaceship Earth, a symbol of communication, interglobal connections, into a weapon of mass destruction is wrong. It's offensive, it's commercial, and dirty. That just sums it up in, like, the quickest way possible.
Well, that explains why Bob Iger is going to be at that forum.
We don't need to talk about Iger just yet. We'll get to him.
Yeah, but I had to make that joke.
Yeah. But I'm just like, why? Why would you do it? It just doesn't make any sense. It really does not.
What's that? A cheap way to get money? Great idea.
Oh, money? You want to talk about money?
We want to go with that?
You want to talk about money? Because I'll freaking bring up money.
Let's talk about this. Because the
reason why this episode is called DI $NEY. There?
Yeah. And okay. I'm waiting.
Oh. LOL. I'm sorry. My computer's being weird.
I have plenty of opinions, but I'm waiting for you to say yours.
So, I only have a portion of this story. Alex, I think, has the rest of it. The Walt Disney World Resort is getting ready to launch a special add-on service along with their park hopper ticket called Express Transportation. This add-on, well, let me talk like a Disney rep on this one. This add-on service will enable guests with park hopper tickets to travel more conveniently than ever before by transporting them from inside one theme park straight to another. What, are you going to freaking teleport them? Is that what you're going to do?
No, they're going to use the Hogwarts Express. Oh, wait, Universal has that. Damn it.
Exactly. Once guests have entered a park, they will be picked up and dropped off by Disney buses from inside the parks. By traveling behind the scenes, guests will be able to spend even more time enjoying the magic. This add-on service will be available when purchasing park hopper tickets online or upgrading a vacation planning at guest relations. For a one-day service, Express Transportation can be added to a park hopper ticket for $15 per person. For multi-day service, the cost is $24 per person. Express Transportation is available at all 4 main Walt Disney World theme parks from 10 a.m. until park close beginning December 7th.
30 minutes before park close, by the way. That's one thing to keep in mind.
Oh, it's 30 minutes till park close?
Yeah.
Okay.
And before we go any further, do you want me to talk about the rest?
Yes, please. For the love of God.
And you might as well mute so that way I can say it. Okay, so what's been going on with Disney right now is that they've been adding certain things around the resort. And this includes, for instance, bus stop pizza, parking lot snack bars, and the creme brulee of it, Magic Kingdom cabanas, which actually, there's even more to talk about that because it's not going to be the last time you see those. And do you mind if I start? Because I have some words.
Yes, and watch your language because I know you're going to go off.
Okay. Now, I want to tell you something. Deep down, I am one of the biggest Disney theme park fans that you will ever know, and that I love Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure with all my heart's content with certain aspects of Walt Disney World. That being said, this is the stupidest, most moronic thing that I've ever seen. Not only are they nickeling and diming their own park guests, they're nickeling and diming their own annual pass members, they're alienating so many people, it's not even funny. And on top of all of that, why? Why is this happening now? It's so unnecessary, so ridiculous that I don't even know why they're doing it, and makes me wonder, are they having financial problems? Are they having issues with the amount of profit they've been getting? Or are they just wanting to be, oh, hey, we want money?
I think they just want money.
It's sincerely aggravating and so disappointing. The spaceship art being turned into Darth Vader, I sense that as a synergy, four-man synergy, by the way, of that. But this is worse because this is something that happens for the long term, not just the short term.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So many words.
Go ahead. I'm just going to let you talk.
Personally, I'm okay with one thing that we've talked about. And it's the bus.
Okay.
The express bus. I'm okay with that. Yes, you're not going to get an annual pass holder to do that. You're not going to get people like me, my mom, and others to do that are really big into theme parks. That's for, this is your once in a lifetime opportunity to go to Disney World. You want to get everything done. It makes sense. I'm shocked that they didn't do that before. My issue is with them doing this. Let's just start with Spaceship Earth first.
Short band, cheap decision.
There's no need for you to turn something that people already say is the Death Star into the Death Star. Epcot was created by Walt to be a beacon of change, to make us learn what we could do to make our world better. Universe of Energy. Spaceship Earth goes literally back in time and goes through and you see what your future could be. The land, living with the land. You're going through and you're seeing what nature is.
Living with the
Soarin',
sea.
you can see the world.
Living with the sea. While yes, it has Nemo, it actually still is very educational and shows aquatic life in the
Exactly.
Form.
Test Track, it shows how cars can actually be energy efficient.
And that you can customize them to what you want out of a particular car of the future.
Exactly.
Spaceship Earth, it's going to the outer world that we know.
And then World Showcase is literally each nation is showing their skill of what they can, minus Norway. And it's basically all the nations coming together in one place to serve one common goal and that's to spread peace.
And
That's
while
what this park is about, is peace. But
and
the Death Star is a symbol of war. Yes, it's part of the Star Wars story, and it's a fictional story, but it still promotes war.
I think, like, if you're going to do Mike Wazowski, that's not exactly much of a problem if it's just for like a media announcement. It's not supposed to be there permanently, and it's not symbolizing an element of hatred. And
I don't care.
and as for the problems, yes, there are a lot of problems with Epcot, and I will not deny that. But the core philosophy of Epcot is to educate those of the world and the future of our society. And I believe that hopefully, but I am fearful about the future of Epcot, and I'm fearful of what the JPEG Epcot will become, regardless if what was said about wanting to bring it back to its core philosophy is the case because of this. This worries me.
This worries me too. And there's something that I go to all the time when stuff like this happens at Disney. And it's on Screamscape, so if you guys want to read it, you can. It's called Epcot Has Failed.
They're not the most reliable source, but they have some good reads, and Epcot Has Failed would be one of them to me.
It just talks about how, and this was written in 2014. I'm just gonna read the first part of it, and I'm gonna link it below if anyone wants to read it, because it is an amazing read. I read it all the time. It really opens your eyes on how destroyed Epcot has been. It starts out saying, I'm gonna throw this right out there so it has time to sink in. Epcot has failed. There, I said it. It was worth noting that I actually wrote most of this piece way back in July, so July of 2014, but they didn't post it until October of 2014. Long before it was ever confirmed that Maelstrom was going to close down and make way for Frozen. But for whatever reason, it wasn't ready to be finished until now. So what's wrong with Epcot, you ask? Historically, Epcot was Disney's big experiment. It opened in 1982, but by Disney management after Walt's death, to create a permanent World's Fair-style theme park environment. With a unique sponsorship-focused business plan concept, to this day, Epcot is a theme park like no other, and is often cited as a favorite theme park to Disney World fans. But still, Epcot has failed. Or perhaps more accurate to say the business model for it has failed. It goes on to say that Horizons, which isn't at the park anymore, was the first to lose its sponsor. And then Wonders of Life lost MetLife. Universe of Energy lost Exxon. Imagination lost Kodak in 2010. World of Motion, which is Test Track, has Chevrolet.
They still do.
They still do? Okay. Spaceship Earth has been with Siemens for since 2005. So, and Siemens is still there.
And Mission Space no longer has HP.
They lost HP? Of course they did. The Land doesn't have,
they do.
The Banana Company?
Let me check. I think they do.
Living with the Seas has Nemo.
Right now, its current sponsor is Chiquita Brands, and that was since 2011.
Yeah, that's okay. So only 3 places in a park that's supposed to be heavily sponsored by companies is not sponsored by companies. And explain to me why Bob Iger is going to be part of Trump's advisory board as one of the top 16 most successful business leaders in America. That makes no sense.
you have to look a little bit further down. And while I do believe that he has been a bad influence in the theme parks, he's done incredibly well with film and TV and that type of digital media more than the theme parks right now. I will not deny that.
He has. He's done really well with TV, but theme parks, he's really just lacking, and he needs to not. Moving on to what we were talking about with Disney nickel and diming everybody. I'm going to you go while I go to Disney's website and we're going to rant.
I'm going to talk about just really quick about the Epcot itself. I do believe that there is something that they could do. It may not be the most popular decision, but I would think that it may actually be logical.
Yeah.
Is that you infuse certain, and I mean certain, Disney branded characters to the specific country. There are characters that actually do make sense, and there's no denying that. I could very well see, for instance, Britain, Mary Poppins, France, Beauty and the Beast or Ratatouille, for the China, Mulan, for many places, there are so many good opportunities where they can infuse Disney branded characters and actually make sense with the beliefs and the country that is related to. And as for Future World, I believe that they should focus more on the technological aspect of the future, going to individuals that are very unique and very special to create experiences that are unlike any other with new technology that has been never before seen in the theme park industry, while infusing Disney brand characters such as Inside Out and no Big Hero 6, even though I would like to see that because that would make sense in terms of Future World and Innovations.
Yeah.
There are characters where you can actually make it work for Epcot, and I could very well see that within one of the big things they may do for Epcot within the next 5 to 6 years.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, you can hear me still, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. What we're going to do right now is we're going to have a little session, shall we? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. This session is called How Disney is Nickel and Diming Everybody to Death.
All right.
And what we're going to do is you're going to give me a month.
A month.
A month.
Okay.
I need a month, like now.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Give me a month of the year.
Okay. November.
Okay, so November 2017. Actually, let's pick something between January and July.
May.
Perfect. Give me a day. It's the 1st through the 31st.
25th.
25th, and sure, let's go through June 1st. So basically, my trip this past year to Disney. Yes, it's a couple days off, but oh well. Give me a number. How many adults? Do you want to say 2 adults?
Let's say, are you including yourself in that? Or
No. I'm just doing like example of like a family.
1 adult. If that's depending on the family, it could be 1 adult.
Let's do 2 adults and 2 children.
Okay.
Age of children during the visit. Let's say there's a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old. We're gonna go to all resort hotels, and we're gonna find prices. I am literally booking a Disney vacation on this podcast, and I'm doing this for a reason. And we'll get to that reason in a minute. Okay, so the lowest room is without thinking campsites, which you have to basically have your own camper. The cheapest ones are the All-Star Movies, Music, and Sports, so pick one.
Oh, Christ.
I know.
Movies.
That's what I had my thing clicked on. So we're going to All-Star Movies. Standard or preferred?
Let's go standard.
Okay. This is hysterical. Let's just say you don't go to Universal.
Okay.
25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31, and the 1st, and you leave at night. So that's 8 days at a park. Okay?
Are you doing park hopper, or are you doing just one park per day?
Park hopper, water park, and more options. So you're going to be able to
Okay.
do whatever you want, basically.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be stuck at all the things. And let's just say they want food. Personally, I would give them
$350.
just the regular Disney dining package, because it's cheaper than just buying your food.
Okay.
You'd have to add that. So right now, I have the vacation going from May 25th to June 1st of 2017, 2 adults, 2 children. You have a standard room in All-Star Movies, 8-day park hopper with water park and all that other stuff. Memory maker, because you're there for 8 days, you're going to take more than 100 pictures. Obviously, you want memory maker. The dining plan, so you can actually eat and not spend a lot of money. If you're paying out of pocket, it's more expensive to pay out of pocket than doing a dining plan. That is $5,173.36. That does not include.
You want to try the universe?
That is. Give me a second. That does not include the express thing. If a kid gets hungry, if you need something like an emergency. That doesn't include flights, and that doesn't include ground transportation. Now, ground transportation, they do offer the Magical Express, which that is free. For now.
Why do you have to say no?
And what I'm doing now, and I'm sorry, everyone, this is taking forever, but this is my point. Now we're going to do an experience at Universal.
And I'm going to say this. What you're going to find out tonight is something very...
funny.
Yeah, and sad.
Depressing. Gross.
And are you going to do Cabana Bay?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want you to put this mindset in mind. If you're going to be at Universal for a week, you're probably wanting to go to Cabana Bay, and that's depending on if you have a large family, because they offer a lot for a small one. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when he calculates it.
This is funny.
Okay, you found out?
This is really funny.
I'm all ears.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're you know what? Yeah, screw them. Okay. This is gonna make everybody cry. Literally everybody cry. No thanks, I don't want to chat.
Can I guess?
Oh, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
I want to guess. Would that be fine?
One second. No, because I changed it. Okay, so add that to cart. What the heck? Oh my goodness.
Let me know when I can guess.
I'll tell you in a second.
I want to guess.
I know you want to guess. This is stupid. And then, we'll do that. And then we'll add that. Sure. And then we'll add that on that day. And you have to include souvenirs for Disney. So let's just say the Disney vacation was, what, $7,000?
And let me know when I can guess. Because I'm probably going to guess low.
You're really going to guess low.
Okay. Am I ready to guess?
Sure, I'll allow you to guess now.
I'm guessing somewhere around $2,500 to $3,200.
You're way off. Because I'm doing the entire vacation.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Okay, so I did not book these people, these fake people, at Cabana Bay. Oh, and first thing, you can say that Disney, with the lowest hotel and all that stuff that we were doing, plus souvenirs and whatever stuff happened, would be about $7,000, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not counting transport.
Exactly. From May 25th to June 1st, at Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel.
Wait, what?
Universal Dining Plan. VIP experience on the 1st of June. 5 days at the park, plus an explorer's ticket to go to Volcano Bay. Early park admission. Universal Express, which is free because you're staying at Portofino. And Hollywood Driving Golf. Guess how much? It's the same amount as Disney.
The fuck? The hell?
You're good. No. That's the exact reaction I wanted you to have.
Like, what the hell?
It's $7,704.61.
I also want to remind you all.
Yes, that's not including the whatever food you don't buy and whatever, all that stuff. Yeah, it doesn't include souvenirs and stuff. But Cabana, if you did Cabana, you know how much it would be?
Less.
Drum roll, please. $5,000.
Shit.
This is and now moving on to my second thing. Why Disney is stupid. Where is it? Is it there?
I think Disney's biggest mistake has been with Hollywood Studios, by the way.
No. Hold your horses, good sir.
Oh, no, I know we're about to talk about the next big thing. And I'm referring to the fact that they screwed up the flow of their projects.
You know how you were talking about Disney nickeling and diming their annual pass holders too?
Great.
Let's talk about some annual passes, shall we? So, you have a water park annual pass. That's $115.
I can see that with the two parks.
I get it. I understand. It's about $75, not actually $65 a park. They now only have 2 annual passes at Disney.
And that's not counting like the passes that go for all the parks?
No, that includes that they only have 2 passes. They have the Platinum Plus Pass and they have the Platinum Pass.
I would think they'd have another.
No, they have 2.
Because I know California does.
Their Platinum Pass is purchase this pass by January 3rd, and you get 13 months for the price of 12. Admission to all 4 theme parks. No blackout dates. Visit all 4 theme parks on the same day. Includes PhotoPass downloads, 20% off merchandise, and theme park parking. Now, how much that is?
About $350 to $450.
No, $749. That's Disney. The Platinum Plus Pass is the same exact thing, but you get admission to all 4 theme parks, Disney's water park.
You weren't kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
What the hell?
Exactly. The Platinum Plus Pass, you get 13 months for the price of 12. All 4 theme parks, 2 Disney water parks, Wild World Sports Complex, Oak Trail Golf Course with no blackout dates. All 4 theme parks on the same day. PhotoPass 20% off, and theme park parking is $829. What adult is going to pay $829 for their 3-year-old to have a season pass to Disney World?
They'd have to do monthly.
Moving on.
Also, as a little bit of a thing, I checked to see Disneyland.
Yeah, what's Disneyland?
Disney Deluxe Passport. Purchase this pass by February 11, 2017. Get 13 months for the price of 12. Visit both parks for the same day of select days of the year. 10% off select dining, 10% off merch, and blackout dates do apply.
How much is that? $526.
Higher. But
$626.
lower.
$599.
Yep.
I knew it.
Disney Signature Passport. It is for select days of the year. For most days of the year, though, that the pass has. 15% off select dining, 20% off merchandise, theme park parking, PhotoPass downloads, and guess how much?
$699.
Higher.
$799.
Higher.
$899.
Lower.
$859.
Lower.
$849. Bingo.
And Disney Signature Pass.
$1,049. Already know it.
You're already dead on.
I know. You know why? Because I remember driving to Walt Disney's hometown museum in, what is it? Give me a second. Marceline, Missouri, with my father in March, and them announcing the $1,000 season pass.
And as I'm looking at right now, it is purchasing like every day of the year. Visit both theme parks on the same day, which, by the way, every day of the year does not guarantee theme park admission, especially during high attendance periods. Excludes activities and then separately priced. Admissions to the theme parks and availability of theme park parking are subject to capacity and other closures. Other restrictions apply. PhotoPass downloads, 15% off dining, 20% off merchandise, theme park parking.
$1,000.
And you can get the signature passport and you probably get the same thing.
You get the same thing.
And let me look at Universal Studios Hollywood.
While you're looking for Universal Studios Hollywood, I'm going to talk about Universal Orlando Resort's 4 annual passes. They have a seasonal pass. Yes, they have blackout dates, and those blackout dates are looks like Christmas time, middle of April, all of summer, and that's it.
Now, while marketed on the website as 3 annual passes, there are annual passes for Universal Studios Hollywood at Costco, Sam's Club, and other locations where it may apply. The California Neighbor Pass for California residents only, $119 online, $129 at the gate. 200. The available days for that is 203. Available weekend days are 42 days. Validity period is 9 months. No discounts. No front of the line. No overnight tickets. No parking. $10 when you get online. Special events. Discounts for family. sweepstakes opportunities, discounted Hornets tickets, and 10 to 20% off on sale locations. The Gold Annual Pass is about $289 digitally and $299 at the gate, and it gives you 342 dates, 87 weekend days, a 12-month validity period, 15% off in-park food, beverage, and merchandise discount, free general parking before 5 o'clock, $10 when you get online, the rest like Neighbor Pass. And for the Platinum, $590 at online and $600 at the gate all year long. And as it is with the park, 50% off in-park food, beverage, and merchandise. Front line access all rides, shows, and attractions. One time per use of the day. A free ticket to Horror Nights. And as with the Gold Pass, free parking and the rest of the benefits of both the Gold and the Neighbor Pass. And while it's best to keep in mind, University of Hollywood does not use a particular thing that has bite Disney in the ass, that being FlexPay, which you can actually pay per month on certain types of annual passes. So that's something to keep in mind.
Other Universal annual passes, they have the Power Pass, which their FlexPay is $17 a month, less than $17 a month. The blockout dates for that pass are oh, I lied. So the seasonal one is only blocked out through in summer, and the other times. But the Power Pass is only Christmas and middle of April. For some weird reason, I have no idea why middle of April. Mardi Gras, maybe, who knows?
Probably.
Power Pass, 50% off parking. Yeah, with your lowest annual pass, you get 50% off parking. Discounts on theme park tickets, admission to select special events and concerts such as Mardi Gras, discount on Blue Man Group tickets, discount on on-site hotels, and if you pay in full, it's only $344.99.
Okay.
Then the Preferred Pass, which is $19 a month, full year at the park. Early park admission does have blackout dates, but who cares? Free parking, discounts on theme park and special event tickets.
The free parking for that one, though, is not valet.
Yeah, it's non-valet. Admission to select events and all that stuff. Discount on food, discount on Blue Man, discount on hotels, and it's $384. Now, this one I wish they would bring down a little bit, but I don't think that they will. It's $27 a month. It's their Premier Pass. It's still a lot. You get a year at the park, early park admission, Universal Express after 4, valet parking, or self-parking if you want, or preferred self-parking. You can park inside of the Hulk if you wanted to, and they wouldn't care. That's just a joke. Don't actually park inside the Hulk. You get discounts on theme park tickets, discount or admission to select events, a free Horror Nights ticket, discount on food, discount on Blue Man, free into clubs at City Walk, on-site hotels since $5.9. That's $5.39. That's already $300 cheaper than Disney's annual pass.
Regular annual pass.
They're regular. They're lowest tiered annual pass, and they only have 2. Oh my gosh.
Well, yes, University of Hollywood and Orlando are starting to get on the Disney side. They offer a lot more for their buck.
Exactly.
But as I said before, I am a Disney fan. I will say that there is a little bit of a far point when it comes to the bashing, but let's get to the big one.
No, let me finish what I was saying real quick. Disney needs to stop. They are going to make this place a 1%er park, and no one's going to want to go. That is not the way Walt wanted it. That's not the way Roy wanted it whenever he was CEO. The only reason why is because Bob freaking Iger is CEO.
Well, that's not true. There's been darker moments.
Yeah, there's been darker moments with Michael Eisner. But was Disney affordable when Michael Eisner was CEO? Was it?
Let's just say that. Well, yes, Eisner had his faults.
They had its faults. Yes, there was a lot of issues going on in the Eisner era of Disney, but the Iger era of Disney is dumb.
Although,
it's idiotic and stupid.
You have to remember, during the Eisner era...
Oh, go ahead.
During the Eisner era, film got severely affected for Disney with a downgrade of quality.
Oh, I know. Yes, we're getting a way better quality of Disney movies now with Moana, with Zootopia, sure, with Frozen, if you want to count that crappy movie that I hate so much.
With
Inside
Marvel
Out,
with
Marvel and Star Wars, yes, I know. But overall, you can't look at it, oh, we're just going to be a film company. No, you've got theme parks all over the world. You got them in Shanghai. You got them in Hong Kong, Japan, Paris, Orlando, California. You got cruise lines. You have Adventures by Disney. You have Aulani.
By the way, for the sake of Disneyland Paris, I would consider that a potential scam.
No, Disneyland Paris is actually a really good park. People just don't give it the credit that it deserves.
No, I'm referring to some of the political issues.
We're not talking about political issues. Not for another, 5 minutes. But with Disney, the parks, they are doing something really, really dumb. The thing is taking the princesses out of Magic Kingdom. They say that town's not big enough for both of us. That's like a saying. Magic Kingdom is big enough for Tiana, Rapunzel, Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, all of them, including with Anna and Elsa and Moana and Merida and
when it comes to Moana, I
would love to have Moana in Adventureland. I'll be honest, and that's where it's going in Hong Kong.
Would you rather want to have that or a Chantiki room? Because either way, if it gets rated a Chantiki room, you're going to be dealing with a lot more than just
exactly.
Hey.
I don't want Moana to come to the parks anytime soon.
Here's my thing.
But a meet and greet. That's all I want. That's
Frozen,
all I care about.
Frozen should have been in Fantasyland.
Yes.
Or Hollywood Studios.
Exactly, because it's a movie.
But
I see them utilizing the old American Idol theater and putting the Frozen musical there. I would be okay with that. Not getting rid of a ride that showcases the Norwegian lifestyle.
Here's the thing. That ride was going to go anyway.
Doesn't matter. Does Frozen Ever After literally showcase the Norwegian lifestyle? No, it does not. Because Arendelle is a fake place. Arendelle does not exist.
I do admit, though, the meet and greet that they added at least kind of had a Norwegian semblance.
I understand meet and greets. Yes, they have meet and greets for Mulan. They have meet and greets for Mary Poppins. Meet and greets are fine. I'm okay with them moving Anna and Elsa, the meet and greet, to Epcot. That's fine. It brings more people into Epcot, and yeah, good on them for doing that.
And
but the ride, that's stupid. Unless they tied it in to where there was cultural input. Like the Norwegians said, hey, this isn't correct. Why don't you add this to make it more authentic to our country? But no.
But here's the thing. Norway really, it seemed very much like Disney. And I have a feeling this may become much of a problem in the next few years with some of the other countries. it's much more of an issue on how they handle the upkeep.
Yeah.
Because Norway wasn't exactly in a good shape.
I will be honest, Norway did not care at all about their section of the park. And that's why Disney did something.
And I don't blame them for Frozen. I would have hoped that they could have at least infused more Norwegian atmosphere into Frozen. And I wish that they didn't do what they did, which was a cheapening of an attraction.
Exactly.
Unlike what's happening in the case of Fallon, which is adding a brand new ride system that wasn't there in the first place.
Exactly.
And one thing I do love about Frozen Ever After, given its faults, is that, yes, while it didn't exactly give much into that it made sense, like it didn't make sense, it actually resembled a lot of Norwegian architecture. And I do admire that for the most part.
I just don't understand. So this is the ending of my rant, but this is going to be a long part of it. I understand Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom will never change. It'll change rides possibly. Like I see Stitch going away and some other rides going away here or there. But Magic Kingdom's fine. Epcot, what they need to change to make it worth going and paying $7,000 to go is add more IPs to Future World. Bring back your sponsorships.
I don't see that happening with 10
You need it. I hate saying this. It kills me saying all this. Take out Figment, take out the 360 theater, and put in an inside-out attraction in that Imagination Pavilion. Inner Workings are 2 IPs, even though Inner Workings isn't getting much traction right now because it's a short. The body itself, emotions, and like all of that could be potentially game changing at Disney. You can have, yes, you had you had, what was it called? Oh, Horizons, not Horizons. What was that ride called? Oh my gosh.
Body Wars.
Thank you. Where they just like showcase that. No, you have to use the characters that they've created to do it. You can have a crossover with Inner Workings, and it shows that you're this person, but it showcases how your body is interacting with each other, and then it shows your emotions in your head, and it's the emotions from the movie.
I am actually going to say this. What I would love to see out of Future World is this. They update Living the Seas, but with Finding Dory and more on marine life, like rehabilitation of animals.
Mm-hmm.
They get rid of Wonders of Life and Universe of Energy and actually focus more on the future, along with revamped Mission Space, the future of motorized machinery such as space travel and automobiles and motorcycles. And what replaces Universe of Energy and Wonders of Life is a clone of the Tron Light Cycle attraction, but expanded and much more developed.
Fun. Much more fun and longer.
But that it's expanded and that's much more making sense within the environment and also giving an aesthetic overlay to the current area around it. That way you can make the test track area feel much more complete.
Mm-hmm.
And as for World Showcase, well, actually, for Figment, I would actually expand that into the 3D theater, and I would actually add the Inside Out characters with Figment.
I could see that as well.
And it would be much like how there's the boat ride in Mexico, in that they have Donald and the Three Amigos. So much like how they did that. And then for World Showcase, as I said earlier in the show, incorporate characters that actually make sense into the certain countries. Like, for instance, Unite
Ratatouille.
for France, yes. And for Britain, Mary Poppins. The tie-in with the upcoming film. It will make sense. It's an iconic character.
Put Lin-Manuel Miranda in World Showcase. Do it now.
Japan, you could probably see them going back to the Fiji concept in a way. And for China, Mulan, like, there's so many characters you can pull into very easily, and it actually would make a lot of sense. It's much like how there are certain Disney IPs that were animated films long ago that would actually make sense as proper sequels, and that those actually make sense. Incorporating certain characters within World Showcase actually would be a good idea, and I wouldn't be as angry as I would be with Frozen. And while Frozen, yes, it's a horrible film in my opinion, it does make sense in the terms that, yes, they do come from Norwegian, like, yeah, and lore with the Ice Queen. So I don't blame them for that. I just wish they did better.
What I wish they did is I wish Bob Iger came on screen at D23 and said, we are going to revitalize Epcot. And we are going to make an Epcot 2.0 per se. And we are going to fix the issues that we have created and make this place better. With the addition of Frozen Ever After, whenever that is finished, we will start construction on France's new attraction, Ratatouille. Insert whatever the whole France thing is.
Ratatouille the Adventure.
Yeah, Ratatouille the Adventure. They'll probably come up with a new attraction slogan like Ratatouille the Escape from something. Who knows? And then after Ratatouille, well, give me a second. Pause. World Showcase in Epcot.
Personally, from what I've heard, from what I've heard, there may only be one major addition out of the Epcot redo, which I find disappointing. And I do believe that it's going to be Tron. I do believe that's the one attraction that actually makes sense to add into Epcot more than anything. So, and we've actually gone a lot off topic.
Not really, because I'm still ranting about Epcot. I'm going to rant about all 4 parks, and I'm still going on Epcot.
But I do think we should focus on the creme brulee of this episode.
No, we don't need to right now. I keep looking at that little tab on my computer. It just makes me mad every second. Seeing his name on my computer is fueling my fire. Moving on. Spaceship Earth's fine. Universe of Energy needs to go for... it'll actually be Universe of Energy and Mission Space can go for Tron. I hate Mission Space, and I think it needs to go.
I would say Wonders of Light and Universe of Energy because they're so close.
We'll see. Test Track is fine. Revert it back to the way it used to be. Or keep it the way it is because you're bringing in Tron. Innovations, Big Hero 6, enough said. Seas with Nemo and Friends with Turtle Tongue and Crush. Add all the stuff for Finding Dory. The Land, it's fine. It's actually working. You have Soarin'. You have Living with the Land. You're good. Imagination. Do Journey into Imagination, Figment, and Emotions. Or something like Inside Out. Add them. Wonders of Life in the Festival Center. We'll see. Because it's the Festival Center. World Showcase. Mexico. You got a ride. You got Three Caballeros. That's a good enough IP to withstand Mexico. Norway. You have Frozen. China. You can add a Mulan ride. Or something. Germany,
Snow White.
Snow White, thank you. You can put Snow White Scary Adventures back into Disney, thank God. Italy.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio's Daring Journey. United States.
Keep it. It's Fine as it is.
Keep United States to keep all your stuff in the U.S. It's fine. Japan, the Mount Fuji coaster. Sorry. Morocco,
Aladdin.
add flying carpets or a flying carpet type attraction
I would say Peter Pan's flight type attraction.
with the carpet as your seats, and you have 2 people in each row, and there's only 2 rows. So
and I would say you have to tackle the genie issue by having a voice actor come in and do.
I know exactly who can do genie, just like Ramen did.
Who?
That freaking guy on YouTube, and I don't remember his name.
I believe they'd go with someone more professional.
He is professional.
No, I mean full on.
No, they need someone to sound just like him, and he's the only person that I know that sounds just like him. France, or use stuff from a movie. That too. France, Ratatouille, United Kingdom. Oh Lord.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. Just do like, I guess, a walkthrough of the movie or something like.
I would say a live show.
Or a show, yeah, totally, with the chimney sweeps. Oh my goodness.
Well, actually, I would say do a condensed version of the show from Broadway. That's actually out there.
And
Hollywood.
And Canada, keep it. Oh, Canada is a great symbol of Canadian pride, and it needs to stay.
I know there's a Disney character that actually fits into Canadian aspects, but I don't remember.
The same. That's why I'm saying Canada can stay as a stay of execution for now.
And as for Illuminations, updated. Add drones.
Please. Oh my gosh, add drones, yes.
Add drones and add projection mapping across all World Showcase, displaying the best of each country.
Moving on to the second part that angers me the most. Hollywood Studios / MGM Studios / Disney Studios / Disney Warner Brothers Studios / Disney's Frozen Sing-Along Spectacular Studios / Disney Star Wars Studios. Whatever they call it. So we're going to start with Hollywood Boulevard. It's just a bunch of shops. That's fine. And you got Great Movie Ride. They better not change that. If they change it, update it. Update the stuff inside. I'm okay with it. Echo Lake. You have Star Tours, and you have Jedi Training, and you have Indiana Jones. I'd
say get rid of Indiana Jones.
Yes.
And do a Mystic Mayor type attraction, but entirely different and themed to a new explorer.
I would actually get rid of the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, and I would put in Indiana Jones Adventure from California.
I would actually say for a different area of Hollywood Studios.
You got to keep things together. That's Disney's issue, is spreading things out. That was their issue. That was their issue at the beginning with Star Wars, because everyone thought that, Streets of America is going to be where Toy Story. No, it's not going there, people. No, it's not. That's where Star Wars is going. But they're going to have to figure out a way to make Star Wars seem flawless into the area that it's in, with Star Tours being there and Muppets being where Muppets is.
I would say you're going to have that Metropolis type area for Muppets.
You have to have Muppets in there. Muppets is staying.
I believe with some of the rumor, some people wanting when they remove Star Tours, which they will
eventually.
I believe. And while I don't like the IP, Travis knows what I'm talking about, and I do think that would actually make sense.
Which one?
What do you call
Zootopia? A 3-humps camel pregnant. Okay, so I'm the biggest Zootopia fan in the world. You should see my room. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at Clawhauser. I have a standee with Zootopia.
And here's my thing.
I have a Flash poster. I have the standee from FYE. I have a regular movie poster. I have so much Zootopia in my room. They should just call me the biggest Zootopia fan.
But
I do not think Zootopia is made for Hollywood studios.
I believe if Zootopia wouldn't go there, it would go over by the animation courtyard, and you would retheme that entire area to an urban metropolis.
I think, hear me out, they close Star Tours, put Star Tours into the new area. They expand over, do Muppet Land, finally put that dark ride in that they've wanted to.
No, they would have to do a simulator of Muppets.
No. Just tear it all down. Tear down Tatooine Traders and all of that stuff. Make a Muppet Land.
What I see out of Disney, if they do Muppets attraction full on at Star Tours, they'd have to use the building. And they'd have to use the same ride system.
That's fine. Okay, do that too. Sure.
And that would be a similar experience to Iron Man in terms of progression.
Yeah. Do something with Constantine. Holy crap, yes, do that. Okay, so you got Muppet Land already done. So Muppet Court Lawn turns into Muppet Land. Echo Lake, just turn it into Indiana Jones. Just keep Indiana Jones there and do Frozen. Just keep that as like a Hollywood area. Pixar Place, turning into Toy Story Land. Sure. Animation.
Pixar Place is going to be, to be fair, Pixar Place is pretty much going to be gone because of Toy Story Land.
It's going to turn into Toy Story Land, basically.
Well, essentially, there isn't even going to be a Pixar place. It's just Toy Story Land.
Yeah. Animation Courtyard. What I could see them doing is turning it back to where it was.
I don't believe that.
Taking Star Wars Launch Bay and putting it in the area that it's supposed to be, in the Star Wars area, and restoring it to animation because of the resurgency of Walt Disney Animation Studios. With Frozen, with Zootopia, with Big Hero 6, with Inside Out, and with Moana, they have so much synergy that they can bring back Disney magic of Disney animation, and it could actually work. I
believe that whatever happens to the animation courtyard, and hear me out, Disney Junior leaves.
Yes.
Little Mermaid leaves.
Yes.
They tear down all of the surrounding area of that. They find some way to keep One Man's Dream still there.
Yeah.
And that they would do a brand new immersive land, either based on Indiana Jones to tie in with the new films, and that way hear me out. That way you can expand off Echo Lake and do something new and original that wouldn't exactly be based off an IP.
That's on other sides of the park.
Yes.
Disney has issues with that. We don't need to add to those issues.
No, I'm not. I'm talking more like they won't announce Indiana Jones being moved to a new location with a new attraction. I don't believe they're going to do that. Either that, or they bring back a concept of The Incredibles and expand upon Metropolis theme.
Maybe
expand upon the Hollywood area with it now being around One Man's Dream, and that they have to keep the Little Mermaid building afloat.
Haha, literally.
But I do believe that the animation building and Disney Junior will see its final days.
Hear me out. Launch Bay leaves, goes to Star Wars Land.
I actually believe that what's going to happen is One Man's Dream becomes a preview center for films and theme parks.
Possibly. One Man's Dream goes into Voyage of the Little Mermaid. They gut out the entire thing and basically pick up One Man's Dream and put it there. The entrance is inside the animation courtyard. You're good.
I believe that.
in the Magic of Disney Animation building, you put Magic of Disney Animation back. With everything, with all these movies coming out, you have Gigantic coming out, you have Coco, you have all that stuff. You can preview your movies in there. That's where you could put your 15-minute previews of like Moana and Zootopia and all that stuff. And then in Disney Junior Live on Stage, you add in a Hyperion Theater type area in there, like not a Broadway style theater, but close enough. And you put in Mickey and the Magical Map, but revamp it to add Tangled, which is already in there.
I'd say do the Paris version.
No, I have a way better version. It's called the American version.
No,
Tangled, Princess and the Frog, and Moana. Moana had really good music, and it has good enough music to where it could have its own show.
I believe that California's Mickey's and the Magical Map isn't all that good.
I think it's beautiful.
And I believe that the Paris version's much better.
Paris version is much better. But Mickey and the Magical Map goes into Disney Junior. One Man's Dream goes into Voyage of the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid thingy or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Don't care anymore because no one cares about it. And Magic of Disney Animation is restored to its former glory, completing Walt Disney Animation Studios, and that's what they will call the area.
Is there anything else?
Moving on to Sunset Boulevard, Tower Terror stays, Rock and Roller Coaster stays, Beauty and the Beast stays, maybe change it to something else, and Fantasmic.
I actually believe that you would actually enclose the entire theater where Beauty and the Beast is and do a full-on show.
Yeah, to make that your Broadway style theater. Yes, I would love that.
And as for Rock and Roller Coaster, change the artist.
Change the artist to someone big, someone hip, someone with the name of 21 Pilots, possibly.
I would think someone else.
I hate 21 Pilots with a fiery passion, but they're the only people I can think of right now that are huge, that aren't rappers, because Disney will not do rapping. Charts. I'm on Spotify right now. Well, genres and moods. We'll go rock. Who's leading the rock charts right now?
I would actually want to see someone that's like a group that's timeless and that wouldn't fade away. And I think I know which one I would do.
What would you do?
Rolling Stones.
See, there's a lot of issues with the Stones. There really is.
Yes, but I do believe that they're much more iconic. Either that or Queen, but either way, that
I was gonna say Queen.
I think you would have. I think the best way to do Rock and Roller Coaster is to revamp the attraction and to do a tribute to classic rock and roll.
Yes.
If you have to do a mixtape of rock and roll music, that's fine. But I'd rather.
Oh no! You said the word.
I'm not referring to that. There's no way in hell. I've already read the contract 5 times. It's not going to happen. So cut it.
I'm not saying that, but think about it. Think about it like this. Yes, you have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, but the ride isn't themed to Guardians. You still have the launch. They maybe rethemed the inside to look like all of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff and you're trying to get away. They have no on-ride audio from anybody at all from the movie. They play AC/DC. They play Pink Floyd. They play Ozzy Osbourne. They play Motorhead. They play Boston, Black Sabbath. All of these classic rock people that like my dad went and saw in concert that no one can see in concert anymore. Queen, AC/DC, Kiss, Bring an Aerosmith song in there as like a little tribute to what the ride used to be. Doobie Brothers, Guns N' Roses, maybe some Ted Nugent. Do old classic rock, but you have to have something in there to. With that pre-show area, you have to have something in there. And yeah, you can have a band in there, but what band's gonna want to do press for Disney right now? That's that old. Nobody.
I believe I've talked to many individuals, a lot of individuals that have more knowledge of the contract than I do. And I know very well that it's not feasibly possible. It's sincerely not, and they'd be asking for a lawsuit if they'd even tried to do something.
I know.
And while I get that, I just don't see it. I could see a mixtape of like a true tribute of like classic rock and roll, all within rock and roll style. No Hollywood bullcrap. It's just rock and roll at its finest. Yeah. It's no game to the premiere. It's a tribute of the genre.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the one that you should probably look towards more than just a singular band.
Well, if you could have a singular band, what I would say, a band who's getting a lot of resurgence right now is Metallica.
Maybe, but that would be also a little bit
Rock and Roller Coaster starring Metallica would make me, oh my God, cry.
That would be a little bit problematic because that would be the same issue as for Instant Rolling Stones.
I would be fine with listening to Enter Sandman on that ride. I really would.
I think there'd be a lot of people that agree with you, but I believe that there'd be some issues.
There'd be a lot of issues because a lot of their songs are really like, yeah, but I'd be totally okay with maybe. Oh my gosh, holy crap! Rock and Roller Coaster. That's all you call it, is Rock and Roller Coaster.
And as I said, tribute to the rock and roll genre.
You can say tribute to classic roll or classic rock or something like that as your subtitle. The person that's in the booth, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No.
Hear me out. He's actually gotten a lot of his like inspiration. Yes, he's got it from like rappers, but he also has a lot of inspiration from rock. Not the Rock. Not the wrestler, actual rock.
Either way, it's just I'm curious about Rock and Roller Coaster out of anything at Hollywood Studios.
It's seriously it's a big debate going on with that ride, and I don't know what's going to happen to it. It scares me.
I do believe it won't be Guardians of the Galaxy. There's no way.
There's no way. Moving on to Animal Kingdom, and then we'll move on to the thing that's still making me mad today. And still making it because I still look at it. Animal Kingdom's kind of fine. You have Oasis, which is just a bunch of meet and greets with animals. Discovery Island has stuff to be about. That's fine. Africa is beautiful. Besides the fact, Africa is beautiful. I thought it was something else. Asia is beautiful. It's fine. It also has Rivers of Light now, which we don't need to talk about. The two lands that need to be changed. Dinoland USA and Rafiki's Planet Watch. Rafiki's Planet Watch needs to turn into Zootopia. Now.
Actually, here's a better idea. Dinoland USA, all of that together, gets replaced with Sunland America. And you know exactly where I'm going with that.
Where?
Dun, 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 dun.
What are you talking about?
Indiana. It'd be a quick and easy overlay. And on top of
No. We don't need any more non-kid friendly IPs inside of Animal Kingdom.
Dinosaur isn't kid friendly either.
Dinosaur is way more kid friendly than Indiana Jones. There's a guy's face that melts off in Indiana Jones.
I would classify Avatar being more risque than...
Exactly. I'll get to Avatar in a second. Trust me.
And I believe I know exactly what you're thinking.
Oh, I'm triggered just a little bit.
But I do believe if they get rid of Indiana Jones and Hollywood Studios, I think the ideal location would be actually to finally give Animal Kingdom a Southern America type land where they celebrate that type of culture with the animals and everything about it. There's plenty of resources they can do for that. And I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. As for a little show in particular that everyone has ripped apart, including myself, get rid of it, do something else.
Finding Nemo?
No.
No, get rid of Finding Nemo, you mean?
No, I mean get rid of Rivers of Light.
It's not bad.
It's
really...
Like,
add drones and it'll be okay.
Not everything can be drones. Like
everything needs drones.
I believe that if they did a World of Color style show that didn't intrude on the sound that much, it wouldn't be that much of a problem, and it would actually be a better show.
Moving past that, because we all know everyone hates Rivers of Light. I'm not hating on it until I see it, and then I'll hate on it because I know I'm going to hate on it. Beaky's Planet Watch is an easy freaking change to go to Zootopia. And I will explain this very, very quickly. The train can be turned into a monorail-looking train, and you can take the trip to Zootopia. Literally looking like it does from the movie. You go in, and there is stuff you can do. You can go to the DMV, and you can eat, put an eating place back there that's not crap. I almost said a really bad word, and I would have to edit this podcast. Put in a ride back there, an actual ride, a family-friendly ride, and have a petting session with sloths. For the love of God, let us pet sloths. Please. Please. I beg of you, Disney. If you don't do anything for the rest of your days, add sloths to where I can touch them.
As for Pandora to me, though.
As for Dino Land, real quick, turn it into like the actual Dino Institute and actually like teach about dinosaurs and not have Chester and Hester's Dino Stupid Rama in there. It's stupid, makes no sense, it's dumb.
Would you agree with me? Get rid of Primeval World and do an actual goddamn coaster.
Do an actual coaster, yes. Them getting rid of Dinosaur for that 6 months scared the crap out of me. It really scared me. But it's fine. I love Dinosaur. It's one of my favorite rides at that park, besides Expedition Everest.
Indiana Jones completely craps on that.
Exactly. But that's our version of Indiana Jones. That's what we got.
Poor man's version.
Poor man's version, because that's all that Disney World is a poor man's version of Disneyland. Moving on. Pandora World of Avatar.
Now, I want to talk about positives first before you go on your rant on that.
Yes, you talk about positives while I... Yeah, sure.
As for that rather intriguing panel from earlier this month, there are certain aspects that I've heard and that are seen through leaks and other forms of media that should actually make people excited about Pandora. It's going to have some really interesting attractions. And while, yes, it's based off an IP that I would actually say is more adult than I would say of Indiana Jones, it actually does show a sense of message to protect the environment around you and to not violate it as much as you would. Although that could be a ripping off of Pocahontas and something like that.
Because it is a ripoff of Pocahontas. Continue.
But I do believe that there's at least some form of potential that Pandora could have, besides all the rumors going on for that attraction and both of the attractions that I'm kind of scared about.
Can I please go on my rant now?
Go ahead. I'm going to get some water.
Okay, have fun. Okay. 2006. That's when concept art has began on Cars Land in California. Cars Land is announced in 2007. Construction begins in 2009. Full concept art and models are shown in 2009 as well, and all the rides are announced. 2010, they do a storyline rundown of Radiator Springs Racers and what's next for the area, adding Luigi's Flying Tires and Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Testing begins in 2012 for Radiator Springs Racers, and Cars Land opens in 2012 as well. So that's 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 7 years to build a land. But they didn't announce it until 2007, so that's fine. 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6 years. 2011, Disney announced that they would be partnering with Fox for Avatar, or Pandora, the World of Avatar. Construction began in 2014. And personally, I don't think it's going to be done until 2020. They have just destroyed any hype that I had for this area just by the fact that it's taking forever for them to build it.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. They could take 16 months to build a parking garage. Oh, wait, they did.
It could take till 2021 to build Hollywood Studios' rendition of Star Wars.
Because it's going to. I understand that you're trying to make this a full-day park. But why do it with Avatar?
Why do it with River Light?
Make something better than both of those combined. You have something called Atlantis.
That I would... No.
Atlantis has so much bioluminescence, and you can have actual people that are normal height, not stilt walkers.
There isn't... I would actually say to not expect any Navi outside the attractions.
Exactly. Guess what? You did Atlantis. You could have actual people roaming outside the attraction. Revamp the series. Do Walt Disney Animation. Do it good. Make one movie. That's all you need. One movie. Tell the story. Make the land.
I think that'd be a much bigger issue than what you would be seeing of Pandora. And
Pandora, they have sex with their tails. And I'm not saying this because of Bill and Ted. They literally have sex with their tails.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Sex tails.
Sex tails. Boop.
Boop.
But
I hate it.
In all seriousness, I think Avatar at least fits the bill with Animal Kingdom more than I would think of Atlantis. And I would have rather wanted to see Beastly Kingdom, but that's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen, and I'm depressed about it. But continue.
But all in all, I just really hope that. I really just hope to God that Pandora isn't bad.
I know they're adding bioluminescence, and I know they're adding floating mountains. Why is it taking so long?
Money.
Cars Land sprouted up in like
2012, but it took about 5 years.
And that was old Disney. That was like really slow construction Disney, where they thought meticulously about everything. This is the rushing Disney that takes 16 months to make a freaking parking garage, and it still doesn't work 16 months after.
But here's the thing. Pandora was announced because they wanted to go against the Big Boy Wizard, which, yeah, that's...
Oh,
nice.
Boy! Triggering number 2. Disney, you're taking too long. Universal's already put out 2 expansions and a new world-class attraction called Skull Island Reign of Kong. They're already kicking their butt.
Let's not forget.
They got Fallon and they got Fast and Furious coming way before you got your freaking Pandora world of sex tales happening.
Let's not forget. Transformers took about a year.
Yeah.
And that was after success of Hollywood.
Transformers took a year, and it's an attraction.
But
you know how long Jimmy Fallon's taking?
Oh, here's
9 months.
Here's the thing. Pandora was announced in 2010. Actually, no, 2011, and nothing happened for multiple years. And until 2014, that's when they started going there because it's weird. And on top of all that, there's been so many rumors about the budget of Pandora, and that you want to blame something.
I blame James Cameron.
No, blame Walt Disney Imagineering, the overblowing of budgets.
Well, they should have known that bioluminescence is a lot of freaking money. I will not blame Joe Rohde because I know he did not have a say in what he was doing with this.
I would argue that
if I knew that Joe Rohde wanted it, because I know for dang sure he does not want this.
I would argue that you should look towards
there's a lot of Imagineers that do not want this. This is not Disney.
I think you should look at something else in particular. I know for a fact is a very problematic subject to talk about, and that is magic bands and My Magic. That really screwed things up, and I'm not even kidding.
I'm fine with My Magic Plus, and I'm fine with the Magic Band because you know what? It cuts down on theft. You can literally connect everything to your Magic Band and not even carry a wallet to the park. If you're staying on property, you don't have to carry your wallet anywhere. It makes it safe.
Just my own personal opinion. But that means
with Pandora World of Avatar, a land that's going to take 8 years to build, they're going to have 2 attractions. They've only confirmed 2. There could be more. I doubt it. I have no faith in the more. They have Avatar, Flight of Passage, which is an e-ticket simulator, which is basically just like what Soarin' is.
I wouldn't say that.
It's a revamped version of Soarin' featuring sex with their tail.
Pardon me, I'm looking right now at something from Orlando Attractions, which I'm just amazed by.
What is it?
Real life version of Rock'em Sock'em. And I'm like, wait, what? How? But back onto the topic of Walt Disney World. Could we now talk about the big one?
Please. We've been dodging this for an hour and 48 minutes. Let's just do it. Bob Iger is going to be part of Donald Trump's advisory board.
I'm referring to something else. We can talk about that after the show because there's something else that I've been wanting to talk about that's pissed me off.
What's your big news?
Cabanas.
Oh my God. Shut up. Please shut up. Let me talk about Trump real quick.
I'm saying out of this. I'm sorry, but this is my own personal thing. I'm saying out of any politics regarding.
Okay, you stay out of politics. I'm not. Travis is angry. He's turned Super Saiyan. I can't call you right now. Go away. Bob Iger is now part of Donald Trump, President-elect Donald Trump's President's Strategic and Policy Forums group. It's a bunch of business leaders from ranging from the CEO of Blackstone to General Motors, JP Morgan, basically all the people that have a lot of money in this world. So you're telling me that this is going to be a business administration? Sure. I'm okay with that. Don't put Bob Iger on this list of 16 most influential and successful and respected business leaders because I do not respect that man. I do not. I think he is a horrible human being, and I think he needs to be ran out of Disney property with a stick in his butt because I hate him. There are so many words that I could say right now about Bob Iger. Oh Lord, I would. This man grinds my gears. He really does. Let's talk about Cabanas. Alex.
Yes.
I'm gonna go on mute. You talk about Cabanas.
There's something that, and I'm going to say this right now, I think this is a terrible idea, and where it's located, it's just god-awful. But, despite being a terrible idea, there's one thing that I would actually say fine with when it comes to Cabanas. Do you want to know what it is? Travis?
I'm on mute, so just talk.
Well, there's something that a good friend of mine from a particular outlet, Andrew Hyde, mentioned a few days back. And when it came to the cabins, like Cabanas, and someone else in particular too, as long as they're away from the public view and at least themed, I would actually be fine with this. Only for the fact that, yes, it would actually make money. And I would think that it would be something like Club 33, which I'll talk about that in a future time. But I do believe that it would actually make sense. Travis. I'm done.
My friend called me, and I have to deal with the situation, so we're going to end this podcast. Did you have anything else you need to talk about? I don't think so. We've talked for 2 hours.
I want you to talk about Cabanas real quick.
I don't care about the Cabanas. They suck.
All right.
I think they're stupid. There's going to be a lot of sex with their tails going on, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, Alex, talk about your social media.
You can find me at my YouTube channel at Alex Show Productions. There, I actually am on break, but when I come back in the near future, I will be back with new content that you can find. And I'm on Twitter at Alex Show Prod, which is Alex Show Productions in full. And there's no spacing in that. So please join in whenever you want to discuss anything in the realm of entertainment. That being said, I want to thank Travis for welcoming me back onto the TheCoasterCasters podcast. It is great to be back, and I can't wait to talk more with the rest of the crew.
Awesome. You can follow me on Twitter at Travis Coaster. You can follow the podcast at TheCoasterCasters. Tweet Bob Iger and tell him I hate him. Please, just do it. If anybody listening to this tweets Bob Iger and tells them that I hate him, and I get blocked, I will bring you on a podcast and thank you personally. My goal by the end of next year, by the time Avatar opens, I want to be blocked by Bob Iger. That's my goal. I want to thank you all for watching this podcast or listening to this podcast. And we'll be back next week to talk about probably more crap dealing with Donald Trump. Hopefully not. We'll see you all next week.
Peace out, guys.